All right, part three and the final part of the river birch pot up. I did real quick drop the little guy into a pot, put all the soil in there. Um, I'm extremely excited about this river birch, and this is the pot that I had chosen before. So I just hot glued some feet on there and drilled the 5 holes. It may not be enough holes, but you know what? Be okay. Actually, a little bit of wobble too, but again, not worried. Throw some screen in here. This should be really fast. Throw some screen in here, and I'm gonna get some soil on top. So, I think I mentioned before, this is my first birch, my first river birch, of course, too. And I'm really excited with already what it looks like. I mean, I could go with a much smaller pot than this. Except I think this pot really suits it. I have a lot of room to grow. I probably could keep this in this pot for years before I have to worry about repotting it, as long as there's no issues with the roots. I mean, I don't know how vigorous the roots are, but the roots that are in there right now are nice and packed and dense. I should be good for a long, long time. Um, yeah, super excited about this. I couldn't have asked for more. I do have to work a little bit on how radial they are. I know this pot is a little bit pot-bellied, but yeah, I mean, look at those things. They're ready to go. Except for that side. That side sucks, but whatever. I'm going to pot it slightly off center, but not too much. I'm probably going to end up choosing this as the leader in the future. I'm going to do a little trim on this guy. Put my shears where I couldn't reach them, didn't I? Oh, may not be the best for the job, but gotta work with what I got. Even just putting it like that, it's pretty stable. But that's not all we're gonna do. This is reused bonsai soil. This tree is so early in development, it's really hard to get too concerned with using pure, new, expensive bonsai soil. Well, I will probably put some on top once I've worked this all in. I've got enough bonsai soil. I've got another couple bags sitting around. But yeah, oh man, I'm super excited, guys. You saw what it looked like too. I mean, it's not the best root base, but it's certainly not ugly. Certainly, certainly not. This is a really big pot, but I get the feeling that this being my first birch kind of like called out to me, you know. Being as beautiful as those roots already look, they're dense enough that if they were in bonsai soil, they wouldn't have been that much better. These awesome roots. Tony, are these all that good? I mean, like, I've never. Oof, I thought, man, you know better than me. I mean, this is different from a silver birch, or maybe it is a silver birch. I don't know what the whole story is, but dang, that is like fantastic. Super happy with this. All right, I'm gonna put some regular soil on top. Hopefully my light hasn't turned off again. But again, you know, not paid by Hoffman's, but I can't recommend their stuff enough when it comes to soil. And you can see it right there. That's just, you know, it's a pretty awesome mix. I think it's technically organic because it's got the bark and everything in there. But look at that. That's pretty bonsai soil. And no, I never intended to tie this in. Sorry, guys. But not for the same reasons that other people don't tie theirs in. If I can get in there and it doesn't need to be tied in, I just am careful about bumping it. But I figure if I bump a plant here and there and it needs to be repotted, then oh well. If I don't bump a plant, or if I bump a plant that doesn't need to be repotted, it's just trash pile, then that's that. I think you saw my, sorry, I'm in the way of the camera. I think you saw my spruce outside, my dwarf Alberta spruce that I'm working on to make a sort of formal upright. I'm trying to make that look very natural, but I'm taking my time on it. That one is tied in, and the pot is tied down to top of that ladder. That is also a tree that spends 100% of its time outside in the elements and grows 100% of the time. It's another one of those trees I just don't want to lose. Its trunk is probably almost as thick as this at the base. Well, it doesn't have this kind of potting situation. It probably needs a bigger pot. I just don't have the right pot for it. I love this pot for this tree. I think once it's got the nice bark, this color bark, you can see that's not watered. That's just the color of the bark. I think once it's got all that bark on it, it's going to be so fantastic. And this is stable. I'm not worried about this falling over or anything. I'm going to make sure that I get all these roots with all the soil around it. Thank you all for interacting with me. You know, a while back I said, "What's your favorite pot color?" And everyone said, "Yeah, my favorite pot color is this." And it took me a while to realize that people were answering my question. I was like, "What a weird thing to say." I forgot I asked it. So anyone thought my response was strange. That's why I just forgot I asked that question. Uh, I do like this pot color for this tree. But even when I asked, "What's your favorite food?" First comment is within, I don't know, minutes, maybe I think it was minutes, posting it. Um, Someone comments, says, "Hey, you know, positive statements about the tree and my video," and then said my favorite food is burritos, which respect. Burritos are awesome. And then that was Alex. I can't remember the last name on the account, but Alex said that. And then just after that, S&C comments said, "I don't have a favorite food." I get it. My exact comment was like picking your favorite bonsai or your favorite child, but everyone's got a favorite child. Don't ask your parents. You don't want to know. If you were the favorite child, you would already know. That's what my parents told me. Oh man, that's kind of messed up. But I think I'm their favorite. I think I know I'm their favorite. They like the rest of my siblings, but combined, I think they like me a combined amount more than all of them. My siblings tend to irk one or the other way more than they need to. All right. So enough about family. It's, this river birch is all potted up. I'm gonna fly in. You're gonna see a little bit of trash in the background, but I'm not flying. That's where we're at. That's how that root base is looking. Again, super pleased with how this thing is already shaped. Might be able to see in here. Let's see if I can get it. Yeah. Let me focus. That's the question. Whew. There you go. You can see there's green on these buds. If I waited too long, we'd have some issues. So you can see a nice sealant on there. This is a 2-for-1 deal. I got that extra pot or extra birch as well. But yeah, I think this is going to be, especially after it's gained some patina from being outside, this is going to be a great pot for this tree. Thank you for joining me for this 3-part, you know, bonsai pot up from nursery stock. Comment, like, subscribe. I would have put it in a smaller pot if I'd known I could. I actually got this pot because I knew I needed a big pot, but there was a smaller one I could have got. It wasn't quite as shapely, but there was a smaller one. Yeah, tell me what you think of the pot up. Any tips you've got for me? Your advice on this tree. It doesn't have terrible movement, even if I kept all of it. It would have decent movement. It kind of looks like a willow right now. But I think I'll eventually end up, cutting it here, growing this out as the new leader, and letting stuff just kind of grow in here. But I got a few years in this pot for that. So thank you for joining me. Subscribe, like, have a great day.